Every evening, at precisely 6 o'clock, Luna the cat would take her place by the window. Her little paws tucked neatly beneath her, she'd sit there, still as a porcelain statue, her gaze fixed on the quiet street below. It had been months since her owner, Emma, had vanished. Months since the tragic car accident that had stolen her away from the world. Everyone had mourned, everyone had cried, and everyone had started to move on. Everyone, except Luna. She just waited. It was a silent, unwavering vigil. The neighbors would pass by and shake their heads sadly, whispering about the loyal little cat who couldn't let go. But Luna's vigil wasn't one of sadness. It was one of knowing. It was as if she held a secret the rest of the world couldn't comprehend, a truth hidden just beyond the glass of that window pane. While the world saw an empty street, Luna saw a promise. And so, every evening, as the clock tower in the distance chimed 6 times, she would begin her watch, patiently waiting for a moment only she knew was coming. After Emma's passing, her brother, Noah, moved into the quiet apartment. He inherited Emma's books, her vinyl collection, and her beloved cat, Luna. He tried his best to fill the silence that now echoed in the halls, but there was one silence he couldn't break, Luna's. Every single day, he'd find her at that same window, her emerald eyes locked on the world outside. He would try everything to coax her away. He'd bring her favorite salmon treats, dangle her feathered toy, and even try to gently lift her into his lap for a cuddle. But Luna wouldn't budge. Her stubbornness was a quiet agony for Noah. Each time he saw her there, it was a fresh reminder of his sister's absence. It was a wound that refused to heal. He just wanted the cat to move on, to curl up on the sofa, to chase sunbeams across the floor like other cats did. He wished, with every fiber of his being, that she would just stop waiting. Because seeing her hope, so pure and so patient, was a nightly ritual that broke his heart all over again. He didn't understand her persistence, and that lack of understanding felt like another loss, another piece of his sister he couldn't quite hold on to. One night, the heavens opened up, rain lashed against the windows, and the wind howled like a mournful wolf. A jagged bolt of lightning tore across the sky, followed by a deafening clap of thunder that shook the entire building. Then, darkness. The power was out. Every light in the apartment, every digital display, went black. The old grandfather clock in the hall fell silent, its hands frozen. At exactly 6 p.m., in the sudden, heavy quiet, a new sound emerged. A soft, rhythmic purring. Noah fumbled for his phone, its flashlight cutting a nervous beam through the dark. He found Luna at the window, but she wasn't just sitting there. She was alive with energy, her tail twitching, her body vibrating with a deep, rumbling purr. She began to tap her paw gently against the window pane. Tap, tap, tap. A soft, insistent rhythm against the glass. Curious, Noah moved closer and peered out into the stormy night. The street was empty, slick with rain. But then, in the reflection of the glass, he saw it. A faint, shimmering figure stood behind him. It was Emma. Her form was ethereal, like smoke, but her smile was as real as he'd ever known it. She was looking at Luna, her hand reaching out, almost touching the glass from the other side. Noah's breath caught in his throat. He blinked, a single, sharp reflex against the impossible sight. And just like that, she was gone. The reflection showed only him, his face pale in the phone's glow. But on the misted window, where Emma's hand had been, a set of tiny, glowing paw prints shimmered for a moment before fading into the night. The next morning, the sun streamed in, apologetic for the night's fury. The power was back on, and the apartment felt almost normal again. Almost. Noah was still haunted by what he'd seen. He went to the window, half expecting to find some proof. As he drew back the heavy curtain to let in more light, something slipped from behind the fabric and fluttered to the floor. It was an old photograph, slightly faded at the edges. He picked it up. There was Emma beaming, with a young Luna perched happily on the very same windowsill. Emma was pointing at something outside, her expression full of joy. Noah turned the photo over. Scrawled on the back in Emma's familiar handwriting were the words, "My 6 o'clock girl," and in the corner, the camera's digital time stamp was clearly visible, 6 o'clock p.m. In that instant, everything clicked into place. A wave of understanding washed over him, so profound it left him breathless. Luna wasn't waiting for Emma to physically walk back through the door. She wasn't grieving a loss. She was keeping a sacred appointment. This window, this time, was their special place. She was keeping her memory alive, honoring the love they shared in the only way she knew how. Every evening at 6, Emma was there in spirit, in memory, in the magic that bound a girl and her cat. And Luna was there to meet her. Years passed. Noah eventually moved out of the city, starting a new chapter in his own life. He took Luna with him, of course. They lived in a new house with new windows and new views. But some bonds are too strong for time or distance to break. Every single evening, as the clock neared 6, Luna would find a window facing west, and she would wait. It didn't matter where she was. Her internal clock was tethered to that magical hour. And Noah, now understanding, would watch her with a quiet smile. He knew she wasn't alone. Sometimes when the evening sun slanted through the glass just right, casting long shadows across the room, he could almost swear he saw it. 2 shadows fell upon the floor instead of one. The small, elegant silhouette of a cat, and beside it, the faint, loving outline of a girl. Because a love like theirs doesn't end when a life does. It doesn't fade away or get lost. It simply finds another window to wait by forever.